Good morning, I've got my hat on, I've come out. Looks like sugar cane's dropped a bit of... Wow, it rained last night. Look at this lot. So, I've got holes in my damn shoe. Ah, look, they've dug it out to drain it onto his land. See? I might have to get into there sooner or later, it's that hot. Right. I was just talking to Joveline. Look at this lot. So I'm going to get my feet dirty. Well, like I said, looks like I'm going to have to go. Good morning. About 20 to 12 now. Right, I've got my hat on, like I said, it's just that sunny. I'm going to get into this wood outside because it's just very, very hot here. It's been humid last couple of days. Now you can see these power lines, can't you? See? Should be able to see. Hopefully you can see. Let's have a look. So somewhere there, you can see them, look. So, we've just been on about these power lines. Now, thankfully, the neighbour next door, we've got a connection with the neighbour next door. Let's have a look. I might be okay. And with these new power lines, we want to put electric in. Now, Joveline, I think the last place we went to who had the electricity, the company who had the electricity before here in Mercia, they've gone. They've sold the company to these new people. Hello! I'm doing a video. This kid's here now, so I'm going to turn around in a moment. A YouTube video, but I'm turning back in a moment. Are you fishing?
Yes.
Catfish? Okay. Right, so I'll leave these to fish, the fishing, look. So they want to know what I'm doing. Ah, you've got a fish? Let's have a look. Let's have a look at this fish. Let's have a look.
A fish.
Ah, like a little fish. That's what kingfishers.
Yeah.
There's a bird, and it... I don't think they know kingfisher.
Yes.
Aye, look, it's got his little pot. Right, so we'll leave these kids to do the fishing. So, he's got a little bye.
Bye-bye.
See you tomorrow. Where was I? Good afternoon. Right, so that's the kids here. Some of the kids fishing, look. Right, forgot. So this company, what they did. Yes. I don't know what she's on about because I can't understand. Right, this company in Mercia, Joveline wanted to have a... Right, I'm going down here, looks a bit... I'm not going to go there. Mind you, I will go this way, but... Gosh, it's so sludgy, I'm going to have to go into here. And there's holes in these slippers. Right. Just need to watch where I'm going. Yes, I know there's snakes here. This is the old piggery. Right, so maybe I can start to chat. So this old company, last year, me and Joveline went to this old company. Or I dropped Joveline off. And she paid so much down payment down on getting his electric. This is about 1.5 years ago, not last year. So it's nearly 2 years ago. So we went to electric company. She put so much money down. About, like I said, about 2 years ago this. And this company knew they were selling this company. But the electric company never told anyone they were selling this company, okay. But they kept accepting payments. And 'cause we didn't have a lot of money when I had money, we kept putting so much down, you know, so it would be paid off, so we could have an electric cable fitted. And the electric guy came out about 18 months ago, knocking on that way. But they kept accepting this money. And Jovelyn, now we've got this new company what's a lot better according to everyone. This company's a lot better. It's cheaper electric. And to have a point, I can see where that's come from now, where they've drained it. So to have a point, I need to stop in a minute because I'm looking everywhere and I'm not getting on with this topic. So they kept accepting money, and what happened was they knew they were selling the company, and then they sold the company, but they took all the damn money. And I said to Jovelyn, and Jovelyn's just told me just now, which it's very rare, you know, when a woman starts to you know. I don't listen all the time what she says, in other words. And she says, well, you know, now that it's a new company, it's cheaper, and it's X amount to have a cable put up. It might be so many, couple of thousand, I don't know, where the last one were 5,000 pesos. Bear in mind, people here in the Philippines, they get paid between 300 pesos a day and 50 pesos a day. So don't believe all this hype. They get paid 50 pesos a day, some people, to work all day, and then other people might get 300 to 500 pesos a day, and they'll be working for it, so to speak. So that's national minimum wage. In other words, there ain't one. You get paid what people want to pay. So what's happened is they took the money off us and everyone else, and then they buggered off, right? And I said, that's a damn scam. It's just a legal damn scam. You know, if they did that in England, they'd be for it, so to speak, and there'd be some complaints, I'm sure. But you know, here in Philippines, you can basically do what you want to a point. So she's on about now getting this cable fixed, getting a cable. So I can't see us getting a cable fixed any time soon, and I'm no further from moving back to England. And then I started to chat to her, and I can remember saying this a long time ago. Why all these, right? Why all these wires? You got to. We're in brownout, so we've got blackout now. We've got no electric at the house now, and that's what's brought this topic up. You go to Mercia, there's millions and millions of wires everywhere. People are getting electrocuted, and there's quite a few people get killed here in the Philippines because they get electrocuted. Let me take this off because it's quite hot. So I think we're on 25th, Saturday 25th today, October, and that's why I'm actually chatting about this. I thought there's got to be a scam somewhere, you know. And I've started to look at things as where there's money, there's a scam. Now you can't trust anyone where there's money, can you? You know, there's just so many bad people about, so many scammers, and you know. Jovelyn started to chat about foreign people and said, that's why foreigners are really good people. I said, no, they're not. They're not good people. Just because you've got white skin don't mean you're a good person. You know, you've got this damn idea because we're foreigners, Americans, English, wherever, and we're white skinned and we've got all this money and we're good people. Well, I explained to her, which I've explained a million times before, all foreigners, right, there's a lot of good foreigners around, not so many. It's very hard to find a nice foreigner. Now, I'm quite lucky to have quite a few good friends on YouTube, right? In life, I ain't got many friends. I've got 1 or 2 good friends, maybe 3, maybe 2 in England, but add my YouTube subscribers, followers on, you know, you guys that actually help support me in the way of a dollar, right? You know, a godsend. They're really, you really are good, honest people. And people like you that help support, you know, like I said, very, very hard to find. You sort of people are so very hard to find, right? Very hard to find. I explained to Joveline, and Joveline knows who supports us, right? And she always, when I say, oh, such and so sent, you know, some money, or this guy sent, oh, and she always says, you know, thank God, and she always thanks you guys. You don't hear her thanking you, but she always thanks you. And, you know, me too. Like I said, thanks for the support, guys, for the people that support me. Every one of you who supported me in the past, you know, we are very much appreciated. Now back to back to electric company. I thought, what a damn scam that is. And then we got back to these foreigners. You know, it seems to me, and I know this from experience, when you start to get money, you start to get famous, you've got a lot of friends, haven't you? And I've probably touched on this topic before, but they're not really your friends, are they? And wow, I can tell you, you know, I have actually got a big, big story, and I won't tell it, but one day I will tell it, and one day it will be televised and it will be written in a book, right? It's a big story, and I've got quite a few of these stories which I'm disciplined. I am a very, very disciplined person. And if you think, you know, you can take me as a mug, many, many years ago, a lot of you people probably did take me for a mug. But you wise up after years, even if you're a good-hearted person, you know, you still have to be a good-hearted person. You still have to be a nice person to get on in life, to have an happy life. That's the way I see it. But, you know, you have to be wise to a lot of people. And it's so very, very hard to find good people. And through YouTube, I have actually found quite a good few people who help, who support, who give good words. And these are very, very hard people to find. And, you know, that's what I thought with this electric company. I thought, we're a set of scammers. You know, just scamming. You damn knew. They damn knew they were selling this company, but they kept, you know, people were going and paying for the electric cable, and it didn't pass on. They took the money and buggered off. And, you know, people have got pensions, and you guys with pensions, you've probably got a pension, but you also know there were a pension scam. And it seems you just can't trust anyone, so to speak. But, you know, family and friends, very, very hard to find friends. And, you know, people will try and put you down and stab you in the back. And people will say, I ain't got many friends, and I always tell people, no, I don't have many friends. I don't really trust people. I've been around a long time. Like I said, I grew up as a poacher. We didn't have any money when we were kids, right? We were poor. Everyone were poor. They worked at pits. They worked at steelworks. They cleaned. They did what they did in my day, right? We grew up poor. There were no drugs when we were kids. No internet when we were kids, so we grew up on the streets, and it was a good life, and we always enjoyed it. We were always out. And now, you know, what we seem to do now is we're on damn line all the time, aren't we, trying to make money, you know, and it's all this lies and hype, do this to make all that. You can make a lot of money. You're going to have to work at it, and I'm sure some of you guys are not working very hard, and you manage to climb that ladder very fast, which is really nice. I won't climb it very fast. To build something, it takes time. We all know it takes time. And you have to watch out for the sharks. So you've got me drift. So that's basically, there was something else I want to chat about. Can't remember what the topic was. But I just thought to myself, and I told Jovelyn, I said, you know, she's got this idea, all these foreigners. You know, I said, look, I can't stop here forever. I've got to go back. I need to go back to England. I need to sort things out. But Jovelyn's got this idea, I'm going to be here forever. And she thinks we can survive on a little money. But we cannot. We cannot survive on a little money. I'm trying to find a spot. So, you know, a light spot. So that's why I'm walking around. So watch where I'm going here. Right. So, you know, it's one of them. And listen, guys. You know, when someone thinks you're important, when someone thinks you've got money, you'll be centre of attention, right? You will be centre of attention. And I've just remembered what I wanted to chat about. You'll be centre of attention when you've got no money, when you've got no value, round the wrong type of people. You never see them again, do you? You know, they're off. Right, hopefully. Now, this brings me, this electric, paying this electric, and we lost us money like everyone else. But, you know, it's just one of them things, tough titty, we lost the money. And I didn't even really know we'd lost money till Jovelyn just told me. And then I just said, oh, just a bunch of scammers, you can't trust anyone. And then this got me to this topic now where I'm coming to. Right. So, two little girls, they grow up, and they're best friends. Right, so they're best friends. And I'm not editing that out. So they grow up, the best friends. What happens? They get married, they've got boyfriends, then they've got little babies, and little babies start to grow up. They're 1 or 2 year old. Meantime, one of these girls, she becomes very, very, very successful online. She's got an online business. Let me just look around. Right, don't like to know what's at the back of me. And I'm standing still, so I should be okay. You've got me drift. So they become, you know, they grow up together, they're like sisters. And this is what family said. You know, family said, well, they were like sisters. Right, so what happened? She's become, cosmetically, she is a big seller online. She's become a multi-millionaire here in the Philippines, online. She's a very, very rich, successful lady. Now, to help a friend who she's grown up with all her life, this is her best friend. You know, like I said, they're like sisters. This just shows. And I'll also explain what I actually think. So, what happened is she's lent a best friend. She put product into her best friend's hands, and millions of pesos of product. Now, her best friend sold this product, and she's made millions of pesos through her best friend. And what happens is she's gone, you know, well, you know, I need this money for this product, because she's had to pay for this product, and she's had to work very hard to move this product. She just have to work very, very hard, and she's become successful. Now, her best friend says, oh, I've got the money. Let's cut it short. I've got the money. So she's gone to pick the money up. Her and her husband's gone to meet her. This is her best friend, like sisters. And they've got, it's a real damn shame. You know, gone to pick the money up, and they've had a neat man waiting, ex-police officer. I'm not going to chat about that. It's an ex-police officer or 2 police officers. They've been waiting there. Bang, bang, baby's still in 4-wheel drive. This is her best friend. So she didn't have to pay the money back. She'd had her murdered. Now, this is all over all over, you know, it's online, it's all over social media here in the Philippines. Only happened last year, didn't happen 2 minutes back, so everyone knows about this. It's not big news, sorry, it is big news, but you know, it's very, very big news. And that's her best friend, had her murdered so she didn't have to pay. But they tried to get away with it and tried to cover it up. But what happened was, they left the baby in the four-wheel drive. This is a... I'm not going to go any further than that. I know about another one as well, and I'm not going to go any further with that one. But you've got me drift, haven't you? You know, why would a lovely best friend, they're so best friends, you know, they love each other, so to speak. They're more than family, but she's had her murdered. So she's had her murdered and husband murdered. If I've got this correctly, I know she's been murdered, and I know baby was still in back. You know, still in back at four-wheel drive. Actually, what happened was, they followed him, right? So they followed him. These hitmen followed him. They went into the garage. Now, when they came out of this garage, they went down this one-way street. And then when they've stopped on this one-way street, in this particular case, they've jumped out, bang, bang, killed him. But there's another case similar, and how they actually got caught in other one, I'm not chat about that one. So they had them murders. Where have you been? So dogs here, don't know where the other one is. So that's it, best friend, murder. And that seems to be in thing here in Philippines. And it probably does all over the world. Probably same thing in England. Well, let's murder him, let's kill him, let's dig an hole and throw him in an hole. You know. So why would a lovely best friend do this, kill her and her husband, so they didn't have to pay money back? But why would they do that? Well, I would say I exactly know why they'd do it, as well as not paying money back. Because she thought, right, she thought her best friend were a lovely, honest girl, and she'd look after her. But really, she never really knew what her best friend were like. And this is what I've found, you know, when I've done similar things, lent, never got back, then your best friend becomes your enemy. And that's what money can do in the wrong hands. So this nice, good-hearted person lent the money. Don't know what that noise was. Strange noise. What is it? She's running about like a loony. Right, so that's what I put it down to. She obviously thought this girl were like a sister. And, well, that just goes to show anyway. But I actually think she just never really knew this person, did she? You know, she just never knew this person had an evil, bad streak. You know, she thought she were a really nice person. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have found this out in life. You know, you've had these people who are your best friends, and you look up to this person and you think that person's a really good person, and then they stab you in back. So all I'm saying is be wise. Right, I'm going back to the house. So that's just my little chat for this morning. So I hope everyone's fine. Thanks for the support, very much appreciated. But please like, please subscribe, please share the video, please help support in the way of $1. And like I said, it's very much appreciated, guys. Going back to England, I'll chat about it sooner or later, and I'll get something done. I'll just chuck this in, I'll throw this in while I'm here. I got in touch with YouTube, and I told YouTube my problem with monetization. And they said, yeah, we know it's a problem. They give me some, they told me what to do, but what they've told me what to do, it just won't work in this country. So I'm going to have to wait till I get back to England. I'm monetized, can't get paid, can't get my AdSense. So till I get back to England, just can't do it. And YouTube, they said to me, yeah, we know it's a big problem and it's very, it's hard. It's very hard. And I just can't sort it out, this problem with trying to get paid off YouTube. Because if I were getting paid off YouTube, I would be probably okay. We'd probably be able to put petrol in bike and travel around. But, you know, frustrating. But like I said, I'm disciplined. Good job I am. But, you know, I'll actually chat about going back to England soon. But I'm not going to chat about it till I am actually going to go back to England. And, you know, going back there, paying all this damn money, because by the sounds of it, not going to walk there, by the sounds of it, you know, with some of you guys, you've had to pay thousands and thousands. It's a damn scam. It's one damn scam after another. Listen, you're stuck here in Beans. I might have sweared there. Will I edit it out? I probably will. Right, so I probably sweared, but I'll edit it out. But I won't edit that bit out. So, you know, it's so damn hard and you feel like swearing. So, I can't remember what I'm on about. Have a good day. Take care. God bless. Voiceover, right guys, so, you know, it's a problem. We actually need to get 3,000 pesos plus to have a line in, and, you know, one thing and another, can't get paid off me YouTube, AdSense, Google AdSense. This is what I were actually doing yesterday. I was doing garden jobs all day, and I'm putting new stakes in, cutting new stakes, doing a lot of weeding. So, you know, that's what I've been doing. So, like I said, please like, please subscribe. Please help support in the way of $1. So, this is what I'm going to be doing for the next couple of days. I haven't done any long form videos, all short form. So, just gardening jobs. Take care, God bless everyone.